Welcome to the Vibes Lab, your front row seat to the science behind VIA, the Vibes AI agentic platform making everyday brain health accessible to all. Every episode is designed to reveal insights that will enhance your cognitive health and well-being. Follow us to grab your lab key and experience limitless intelligence.
So what if I told you that sound isn't just something you hear, but something that can actively, promote healing, influence your brain, even help manage pain?
It sounds almost magical, but the idea has deep roots, right? Ancient traditions certainly use sound.
Exactly. But today we're doing a deep dive into the science.
Okay.
You've got a stack of research, articles, notes, all exploring the therapeutic benefits of sound from a modern perspective.
So, looking at the evidence.
That's the mission. To unpack these sources for you, our listener, and pull out the key insights, a shortcut, if you will, to understanding the evidence behind sound therapy.
Across different health areas?
Yep. How it hits the brain, the body's control systems, pain, sleep. We'll even touch on specific conditions.
Sounds like a comprehensive look.
Get ready for some maybe surprising facts and a clear view of what the research shows. Okay, let's unpack this.
And what's fascinating, really, is how this whole journey starts right inside us, in our biology.
You mean how we process sound?
Precisely. It's not passive. Vibrations hit the cochlea, deep in the inner ear, and you've got thousands of these tiny hair cells acting like translators.
Translators.
Yeah, turning physical vibrations into electrical signals the brain understands.
Okay.
These signals then travel up these intricate neural pathways. They hit various processing stations in the brainstem.
Before the main event.
Right, before reaching the auditory cortex.
Yeah.
And that area is pretty remarkable. It's organized tonotopically.
Meaning like a map?
Almost like a piano keyboard laid out in your brain, mapping different sound frequencies to specific spots. This fundamental wiring is part of why sound can have such targeted effects.
So it's baked into how we're built. And the sources really emphasize that the brain doesn't just listen to sound.
It changes because of it.
Exactly. Neuroplasticity. This is where it gets fascinating. The research shows, whether you're making music or just listening, sound stimulation can actually physically remodel the brain.
Strengthen connections.
Strengthen connections between neurons, even help form new pathways. The insight here is, profound. Sound therapy isn't just a distraction.
Yeah.
It can actively promote beneficial adaptations in the brain's structure and function. Look at musicians, right? Studies show they often have enhanced brain plasticity.
Demonstrating those long-term changes, yeah. And this brain flexibility is absolutely key to the cognitive benefits we see reported.
Right.
Extensive research, especially around music therapy, shows measurable improvements in cognitive function.
Measurable how?
Well, what's really insightful is how powerful specific approaches can be. Like for patients with dementia, studies report rhythmic music therapy, active music therapy with singing. They have significant impacts.
Significant compared to what?
Comparable to, or even sometimes larger than, effects seen with some other interventions. A big analysis, combining data from many studies, over 1,000 participants confirmed it.
Wow.
These music therapy techniques consistently improve cognitive function in dementia patients.
Those sound like pretty solid findings.
They are. And the sources suggest it works because music helps different brain parts cooperate better.
Cohesion thing.
Exactly, and it promotes that neuroplasticity we mentioned. It enhances connections, activates reward systems.
Which also boosts mood, right? Reduces anxiety.
All of that.
Yeah.
Builds emotional resilience, too. These all support better cognitive function. One study using acoustic music therapy saw elderly dementia patients' cognitive scores go up by a statistically significant amount.
Okay, so beyond traditional music, the sources also get into things like binaural beats. That's the two different frequencies thing?
Yes, one in each ear, slightly different frequencies.
Yeah.
And your brain perceives a third tone at the difference between the two.
And the brainstem is key there.
It's where sound from both ears first integrates, helping synchronize neural activity. The mechanism is essentially that your brain activity can start to follow or entrain to the frequency of that perceived beat.
And it's not just a weird auditory illusion. The sources show real effects.
Absolutely. Measurable effects on brain state and cognitive abilities.
Like what?
For instance, studies found listening to binaural beats in the beta range, that's around 15 hertz,
Okay.
significantly improved working memory performance compared to control groups. The thinking is it relates to increased synchronized activity between the hemispheres.
Different frequencies, different effects.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
Alpha beats, 813 hertz are linked to relaxation, less anxiety. Beta frequencies, maybe 1430 hertz, seem to enhance concentration, alertness, problem solving, memory.
So you can sort of use sound to gently nudge brainwaves into different patterns?
That's the idea. And this influence goes way beyond just the mind. It reaches deep into the body's core control systems.
You mean the autonomic nervous system?
Yeah,
ANS?
exactly. The system regulating automatic stuff, heart rate, breathing, digestion. It shifts us between fight or flight and rest and digest.
And the sources suggest sound therapy helps tip the balance towards rest and digest.
Correct. Away from that stressed fight or flight dominance. And this shift has physical, measurable effects.
Like lower stress hormones.
Lower cortisol, yeah. Lower heart rate, decrease inflammation markers, and just generally promoting healing processes. The mechanism involves this complex pathway, brain to ANS, where music seems to trigger that calming response.
And there's specific evidence using heart rate variability, HRV. That's a key measure of rest and digest, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Studies looking at HRV during music therapy found even just 30 minutes of calming music led to a significant increase in markers associated with that enhanced rest and digest activity. Another study showed sound therapy significantly increased HRV compared to controls. It supports this fascinating link between muscles in the middle ear, certain cranial nerves, and our heart function.
Wow.
It really highlights how interconnected hearing is with our core physiology.
That connection is pretty amazing. Now, the sources also look at specific tools beyond just music or binaural beats, right?
Yes, different modality.
Like Tibetan singing bowls.
Fascinating instruments. They produce these incredibly rich, complex sounds and vibrations. Research, including some animal studies mentioned in the sources, suggests their unique vibrations can impact brain chemistry, potentially helping ease anxiety by influencing neurotransmitter systems.
And for people. Psychological benefits, too.
Yes. Studies report significant reductions in tension, anxiety, and even physical pain during singing bowl sound meditation.
Wow.
Plus reported improvements in spiritual well-being. The bowls produce this broad range of frequencies through their unique vibration pattern.
Okay. What about drumming? That feels quite different, more active.
It is. And group drumming interventions show really substantial mental health benefits, with measurable biological effects too.
How so?
One study found participants in a drumming group saw significant improvements, notably less depression over several weeks, alongside increases in social resilience.
And the biological changes, what did the sources show there?
That's the key part. It wasn't just feeling good. The drumming led to increases in an anti-inflammatory marker. It actually shifted the participants' immune profiles towards being more anti-inflammatory.
That's compelling psychological and biological benefits.
Exactly. Then there's vibroacoustic therapy. That's the low-frequency sound, often felt as vibration.
Right, delivered through special equipment.
Yes. This modality uses targeted low-frequency sound waves, sometimes pulsed, to help regulate the ANS and promote relaxation. Low-frequency sound around 40 hertz has shown particular promise.
In what context?
The sources detailed a study on fibromyalgia patients. They received 40 hertz stimulation.
Okay.
And the results were really impactful. Dramatic improvements across major symptom scales, over 80% improvement in the overall impact of the condition,
80%.
90% better sleep quality, and nearly a 50% reduction in pain-related disability.
Those are huge improvements for something like fibromyalgia. What about tuning forks? They seem almost simple.
Simple in form, maybe, but they work on precise resonance principles.
Resonance.
Yeah, they produce pure, stable frequencies. When applied, they can penetrate body tissues, skin, muscle, bone. Their therapeutic action relies on that idea. Their vibration encourages vibration in body tissues at corresponding frequencies.
In applications.
The sources highlighted clinical uses showing effectiveness for localized issues, joint problems, chronic pain, headaches, insomnia, even digestive issues.
So sound isn't just distant brain effects. It's direct local influence through vibration.
Exactly. Which brings us to another major area the sources explored, pain management.
Sound therapy for pain.
Yes, demonstrating notable analgesic pain-reducing effects. One study mentioned used brainwave vibration training combined with massage, showed improvements in cancer-related pain. It helped reduce those sudden flares of breakthrough pain, the distress that comes with it, and how much the pain interfered with life.
And the mechanism, how did they think it worked?
The proposal involved strengthening certain brainstem systems involved in arousal, while also reducing markers of inflammation.
Inflammation keeps coming up. How does sound across these different methods seem to tackle that?
Well, primarily by modulating the body's stress response and the immune system.
Oh.
Sound therapy impacts those interconnected systems involved in stress hormones, ANS, cognition, emotions. By calming the nervous system, reducing stress hormones like cortisol,
Like we discussed.
it seems to decrease inflammatory markers. We saw that in the drumming study with the increase in anti-inflammatory cytokines. Certain frequencies linked to calmer brainwaves like alpha and theta seem particularly effective here.
Right. Shifting gears a bit. Sleep. The sources indicate sound can help regulate sleep too, our body clocks.
Yes, research exploring something called brainwave music.
Yeah.
Music generated based on specific brainwave patterns shows positive effects on sleep quality.
How does that work?
One study focused on music designed to mirror slow-wave sleep brain activity.
Deep sleep.
Exactly. Participants listening to that had improved sleep efficiency. They spent more time actually sleeping while in bed. Those listening to REM sleep music or just white noise didn't show the same improvement. And specific frequencies, say from crystal singing bowls, designed to engage the vagus nerve, can also help trigger breathing patterns that make it easier to fall asleep naturally
And stay asleep.
and help maintain that relaxed rest and digest state through the night.
So specific sounds can influence the actual structure of our sleep based on brainwave analysis mentioned in the sources.
Precisely. The overall effect seen in the research is often faster time to fall asleep, better sleep quality,
Makes sense.
along with reducing related anxiety and depression, likely because sound helps synchronize brain rhythms into patterns that support rest and recovery.
You know, all this keeps circling back to the brain's ability to change, neuroplasticity. The sources really frame sound therapy as a promising model for neurorehabilitation.
Yes, that's a major insight. Sound therapy promotes neuroplasticity by engaging multiple brain areas at once.
How?
Music-based interventions, especially a structured approach called neurologic music therapy, have been successfully used to train and retrain brain networks. The sources highlighted how this can have widespread effects,
Improving function.
improving function in areas like movement, language, cognition, emotional regulation.
It's like using sound and music to stimulate the brain's reward centers,
Exactly.
encouraging the brain to pay attention and forge those new connections.
Right. This allows these interventions to facilitate functional improvement by helping the brain literally reorganize its wiring. Crucial in conditions like stroke or traumatic brain injury.
And the sources had a specific example.
A really striking one, a study with patients in a minimally conscious state.
Okay.
After just 4 weeks of sound therapy, detailed brain scans showed significant reconstruction of specific nerve fiber bundles in multiple brain regions.
Actual physical rebuilding.
Physical rebuilding.
Yeah.
The brain's overall network was reorganized. Key areas like the brainstem acted as a central hub linked to motor and sensory pathways. It's concrete evidence that sound can facilitate physical changes in brain structure.
Wow. That level of physical change is incredible. So, given all this evidence, brain wiring, cognition, stress response, pain, sleep, actual rebuilding, where does sound therapy fit in the bigger picture of healthcare?
Well, the sources consistently position it as safe and compatible with conventional medical treatments.
Across different people.
Across diverse populations, yes. Studies show significant benefits from interventions ranging from brief, say, 10-minute sessions to longer programs. It underscores the potential for personalized approaches.
Even in critical settings.
Definitely. In intensive care units, for example, simply listening to music has shown benefits: reduced anxiety, reduced pain, potential positive effects on heart and respiratory rates. Even passive listening can make a difference.
And specific populations that benefit. The sources mentioned some.
Yes, clearly. The elderly population shows benefits in quality of life and daily activities when therapies include music therapy. For visually impaired individuals, music therapy enhanced working memory, inhibitory control, emotional well-being. The sources noted the importance of tailoring the music culturally, too.
Right, that makes sense. It sounds like the evidence base is growing fast, though the sources did mention comparing studies can be tricky, different methods.
That's a fair point raised in the sources, yes. Methodological variation exists. But despite that,
Yes.
what's compelling and really consistent across the diverse studies and populations presented is the pattern of positive outcomes.
A consistent pattern.
This consistent pattern, seen across different conditions, different demographics, it strongly supports the therapeutic value of sound-based interventions.
So, based on this deep dive into the research, sound therapy isn't just, an interesting idea. It seems to have measurable, clinically significant benefits.
Absolutely. The The sources demonstrate effects from boosting cognitive function and regulating the autonomic nervous system,
To managing pain, improving sleep.
and promoting that crucial neuroplasticity. And we've seen evidence across various tools: music therapy, binaural beats, singing bowls, drumming, vibroacoustic therapy, tuning forks.
Right. And even with variations between studies, that consistent pattern of positive outcomes you mentioned, that feels like a really powerful takeaway.
It does. And it positions sound therapy, based on these sources, to become an increasingly important part of comprehensive healthcare.
Complementing conventional treatments.
Yeah, exactly. What's particularly powerful, I think, and a key insight from pulling these sources together, is seeing this convergence.
Convergence of what?
Ancient traditions using sound for healing, now being validated by modern neuroscience research.
Right.
It reinforces sound therapy as a truly holistic approach, addressing the whole person, mind, body, that deep connection between them, not just isolated symptoms.
It leaves you thinking, doesn't it? If sound, as vibration, can influence us on so many fundamental levels, mind, body, maybe even our sense of spiritual well-being, as some sources suggested,
Yeah.
what does that imply about the fundamental connection between our internal state and the external world of vibration? Something to really ponder.